Another Brick fan with a BrickHeadz set. This is the Prisoner of Azkaban figures. This is set 40677. It was released in March 2024. It has 697 pieces and cost about $50 when it was released. This is one of 8 Harry Potter sets that were released in March 2024. This is the 12th Harry Potter themed BrickHeadz set and adds an additional 5 BrickHeadz, bringing the total to 31 BrickHeadz from the Wizarding World. As you can see, this set includes Sirius Black, Hermione Granger, Harry Potter, a Stag Patronus, and a Dementor. And these are BrickHeadz 221 through 225. Let's go ahead and get these built, and then we'll take a close look at each of our BrickHeadz figures. Here are the 5 figures that come with this set. I put them in numerical order, so that's Harry, Hermione, the Patronus, the Dementor, and then finally Sirius Black. So let's start with Harry Potter. So here we have Harry Potter. I think this is the 3rd time we've gotten Harry in this large size. There was a smaller size for Harry Potter that was included with another BrickHeadz set when they were first-year students with Hagrid, I believe was in that set. I think that one was a gift with purchase. I'll put a link up to that here on this screen. Here we have Harry in a blue jacket, his light blue shirt, and as you can see, he's got some mud stains on it. So this is obviously in the portion of the movie where they have gone backward in time through the time turner, and they're going back to fix some things that they had messed up the first time. And as you can see, he's got some stripes here on the shoulders or the arms of his jacket. He's holding a piece of chocolate. Very important defense against Dementors, of course. His hair is pretty well done here. Lots of different angles and stuff to kind of showing kind of a slightly messy hair, I suppose, for Harry. Plain on the back here. And then you can also see his hand facing forward. He has one of these. This wand piece I've seen before in another Harry Potter set. So printed pieces here, we have this 1x2 by 2 piece here that is printed, and then of course the lightning scar on his forehead here. Let's go ahead and move on to our next BrickHead. Next up we have Hermione Granger, and you can see they're using this gold ring here as a representation of the time turner. Of course, she has this nougat colored hair, which she usually does. A nice coloring here with the kind of pink and red, or light pink, darker pink, I suppose. The blue pants here, which you can see go down the legs there as well. Good sculpting on the hair. I thought that turned out nicely. Here's her shoulder and a hand there for the jacket. Once again, good look here for the hair in the back. No printing on her. I thought it was interesting using this L piece, you know, with the angle cut out of it. So it's not the squared off one, it's the one with the angle, as you can see. But that, if you remember from the movie, she had injured her arm, and this was after they were in the hospital wing, so they'd already patched her up. So she was wearing a cast, or a sling at least, at the last part of the movie. So once again, I think a very good representation of Hermione Granger, and fits the scene really well from the Prisoner of Azkaban movie. Here is the Stag Patronus. As you can see here, this is Harry Potter's Patronus, which of course is the same as his father's Patronus, the stag. I like the use of these trans pieces with the flex inside of them. This is a newer piece that's been used in several of the Harry Potter sets, and of course I'm sure it's going to be used throughout Lego as time goes on. You see there are a couple of glow-in-the-dark elements here, and although that's really hard to show on camera, I did pick up a UV light so you can see how those will glow in the dark. I'm not sure how well that's going to come up on camera, but you do see that the eyes will glow in the dark, which is pretty nice. Moving around the figure, again, there's a lot of these trans pieces here with a little flex in them, kind of a translucent light blue with some sparkles, if you will, on there. The clear feet as well, or the trans blue feet. Of course, here's this tail back here. Some good sculpting, again, with more of these trans pieces. Of course, the trans pieces make up the antlers here, too, which look good, but they're in there. I think they're kind of loose. They're just connected by one stud, so those can move around and come loose. Of course, the sides here, it's nice to see the depth of the figure, right? So we do get a little bit, it's not just a square BrickHead. I mean, the nose obviously comes way out in front here, and there's actually a hindquarters as well. Nice to see all four legs being represented underneath here for this Patronus. Now, next up we have the Dementor, which is a all black piece. Of course, it's mounted on a clear piece here because the Dementor is kind of floated in the air, or levitated. Flew. I'm not sure exactly how you want to categorize that, but you can see here on the chest, it's kind of alternating of those smoky, translucent colors, or the trans black tiles there. The trans black plates there alternating with black plates to kind of give a little bit of texture and difference to the chest there. I like the use of this turntable mount. This is for the larger gears, but it makes for a really nice mouthpiece. Of course, the bony hands are represented by these Wolverine claws. The robes are done all the way down the sides here. Lots of different kinds of pieces to make it look like they're just draped over a smaller figure. Of course, the back here, again, using some of these fender pieces, a lot of these slopes and things to make that really interesting and kind of loosely hanging cloak off of them, or maybe even torn cloak off of them. So I think that turned out really nice. Obviously, no color in this beyond the silver and gray pieces. There's a little hint of blue back there on the internal structure of the Dementor. And of course, there's use of the trans pieces to give it a little bit of breakup of the color as well. And then finally we come to Sirius Black. I think he looks really good here in the gray robes, kind of the prisoner shirt here underneath. I think that's interesting. It's in the nougat and gray. Good print of the tattoo and the shirt there, of course, for him. I think this is a 2x3 tile that gets that effect. And then the beard is actually built inverted here. Connected, I think, stud on the side if you watch the build, which makes for that good effect of the beard itself. Hair looks pretty good with a big part here to his right side. Then here's some more of the good hair build along the sides here, that darker brown color. Cloak there with his, over his shoulder there, and the hands, of course. Pretty standard BrickHead building technique. Again, more hair texturing and stuff like that you can see from the side better there. And then here's the other side, which is pretty much the same. If you notice, there is a little bit of green, or that darker green here on the sides, right underneath his chin here, and there actually is some right over here. I think it's a pretty good look or representation of Sirius Black, and certainly fits with the outfit that he was wearing during the movie. So here again are the 5 BrickHeadz that are included with this set. I think all of them turned out really nicely. I think they are very good display pieces, fit in with any good BrickHead display that you have. Of course, Harry Potter being probably the second most popular theme for BrickHeadz. I think there are 2 from Fantastic Beasts that came out, but other than that, pretty much all of the figures have been from Harry Potter, but they're kind of collectively under the Wizarding World. As far as cost, with 5 full-size BrickHeadz at $10 a piece, $50 is exactly the same price these have always been. It's interesting that we are getting these larger packs. Might have been interesting to split this up a little bit more and maybe do 2 or 3 2-packs, like with Harry and the Patronus, maybe Sirius and the Dementor, and I would like to see maybe Lupin or Professor Snape. I don't think we've gotten Professor Snape as a BrickHead yet. I'll have to go back and look. So I think it would have been interesting. There's other characters they could have added, so it might have been interesting to see 2 or 3 or 4 sets of BrickHeadz, you know, maybe as 2-packs instead of this 5-pack, just to get a couple more figures in. But who knows what the future will hold. It seems like they are continuing to come out with these BrickHead sets in many different themes. So I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this BrickHead set. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see more of my LEGO reviews. I've left a link to my other BrickHead reviews up here on the screen.